You feel a bit underdressed?
A little bit, to be honest. A little bit.
Hi Zara, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you? Are you enjoying the weekends?
It's been a great weekend. What do you think of all these incredible costumes running around?
Some of them are absolutely amazing. Some of them I can't quite work out, but some of them are brilliant.
Do you feel a bit underdressed?
A little bit, to be honest. A little bit.
Do you have a costume you think you could bring next time?
Do you know what? I haven't thought about it, but you've brought that point up. So you know what? When I go away, I'm going to think about it for next year.
Tell us about your character in The Hike.
My character in The Hike, I play the role of Kate, and basically her friends, her girlfriends, have decided to take her on a trip away into the woods on an adventure. Her boyfriend recently died in Afghanistan at war, so she's still sort of grieving, and they're trying to sort of help her, you know, grieve and get over that and sort of enjoy life again. So, you know, her friends have taken her on an adventure. She's quite sort of isolated and quite not somber or not kind of moody, but she's quite sort of reserved as a character, I feel. And, you know, the girls are trying to have a good time in the film, and she's kind of trying to join in, but at the same time, she's still got this sort of, you know, emotion. Her boyfriend just passed away. So it's quite interesting, because it's kind of like normally, if for me personally, if I was on a girly weekend, I'd be wanting to be joining in and having fun. And the role of Kate, she kind of wants to join in to a certain extent, but there's always that kind of barrier that's up.
Did you find Charlie on your little trip?
I was getting worried about her, actually. She's been gone ages.
Stay close. Well, let's just make it back to camp, work it out from there.
We can go back to our camp, see if David's seen her.
What is that?
What the hell's going on?
Are you quite a physical person? Because this is quite a physical movie. I mean, you're out in the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere, really.
Yeah, funny you should say that. I'm actually a martial artist as well, so I train martial arts. I teach on a regular basis as well, so that definitely helps, you know, to keep in physical shape and great condition. So that helped obviously for this film. There was a part of the film when we filmed in Wales. There's a big sort of waterfall scene, and the scenery is gorgeous, it's beautiful, and the whole cast and crew had to hike for about 2 hours to get to this location. So there was a lot of hiking involved, and also in a lot of the wood scenes, we did a lot of night shoots, so there's lots of running in the woods, and more so than what's on the film, you know, because it got cut down to whatever time, but there's a lot of running involved too. So yeah, it was quite physical.
Being cut off, did the cast and crew come together quite intimately? That's like a family.
I would say yes. I mean, most of the time, sort of if we, you know, we lived in the same house pretty much. At least 2 months, I would say. We were all kind of, you know, getting to know each other, and everybody bonded really well. So much so, in fact, that Barbara, who plays the role of Tori, she came over from LA to obviously be part of the film, and she's actually moved over here now on a permanent basis. So that's how much she loves us all. But yeah, no, everybody's, you know, great friends and get on really well, and that's really nice. It's kind of like a family. Sometimes in films, you know, you make friends or make connections, but on this film, for me personally, I felt that everybody made a really good bond, and that was really nice.
Will we get to see any of your martial arts in the film then?
There's an element of sort of action in there. I wouldn't say, sort of, you know, it's not a martial art film at all, but there is a little bit, and it's more sort of survival and instinctive kind of fighting.
The actual hiking, the rock climbing, are these things that you're actually quite interested in yourself? I mean, would you actually go out and do camping trips like this?
I am actually a physical person, and I love, you know, physical challenges. I don't know about camping though. I know I don't mind. You know, if it's an adventure, if it's a weekend, if, you know, or not even a weekend, but if there's a group of us going away, we want to go on some kind of action adventure, this is definitely something that I would do. If it's just to go away camping, just to be in the woods, just to camp, that's not really my thing. But if you know, the adventure was there or the action was there, you know, the rock climbing or abseiling or anything like that, I'm really into that kind of stuff, yeah. Is
this your first horror film?
I did a short film a couple of years ago, which was a horror, so that was really cool. But this is the first feature horror. And I think what I love most about this horror film is that it's quite different. It's quite controversial. And it really sort of questions your trust about people. You know, these girls have gone into the woods and they meet a few people, and it sort of questions, you know, if you met someone in that kind of scenario, would you trust them like these girls have done in this film? So it really questions that. And one other thing I really like about the film, well, not just one, I love the film, but is that it's really real, and you can believe this happens, and you can believe this would have happened, if that makes sense. It's quite raw.
Without giving too much away, is there a potential future for Kate in a second film?
Possibly. Well, to be honest, towards, you know, because Kate's throughout the film, and at the end of the film, there's a little scene. I'm not going to give, I don't know if you guys have watched it or not watched it. I don't know what I should give away or not. But yeah, at the end of the scene, you kind of see something happen, but you don't necessarily see the outcome. So you don't know if Kate is still there or not there. So it does kind of leave it open, which is cool.
What's it like doing an event like this, and actually, you know, the fans are coming up and can get your picture? I mean, it's quite a unique way of promoting a film as opposed to just an ordinary, let's say, red carpet premiere, and it's over after like 30 minutes.
Yeah. What's great about this is that you can spend the whole day here, and you really have time to talk to people. You know, so if they're interested in the film, or if they have any questions about the film, especially when they've watched it, that's really nice, because you get to spend the time, and you feel like you can give that time back. You know, these people have spent money or spent the time to, you know, out of their way to go and watch the film, and it's nice to do that and hear their feedback at the same time. Where sometimes if you're doing a quick PR kind of events, it's kind of go, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you, very nice, have a picture, and then you sort of have to move on. But with this kind of thing, because you're here all day, it's really nice, really nice.
It's also with horror films. I mean, I don't know how you feel but horror films, the fans love them for years and generations, and this is a film that, you know, you'll still have fans in 10, 20 years' time.
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I'm a big horror fan myself as well. I love horror films and this kind of genre. So yeah, I think that's one thing that everybody's so proud to be part of this film, and you know, we're receiving the success that the film deserves. So that's really great. But yeah, hopefully, you know, in 10, 20 years' time, people will still remember the hike.
Right, thank you very much, Zara.
It was long shoots in the night, and you know, we all had to find ways of mustering through it. So there were a lot of practical jokes, a lot of pranks played, and a lot of, you know, humour that was going on sort of behind the scenes.